Welcome to Shawnee Union, and this is the focus where I go over stuff I like and videos I'm watching, and then also some Instagrammers I'm following, and at the end some products I'm looking at. And the product this week is this little cool guy, so we'll get to that in a second. First, who am I watching on YouTube? There's this really cool new channel, a vlog from Canada by a guy named Thomas Skrill. So Thomas is a student in college, and he's doing a lot of photography stuff. So he shoots film, and he also shoots digital. And the digital stuff he does like sports and covering events for a school. But he's really entertaining, and somehow, and shockingly somehow, his channel only has 189 subscribers. So if you watch me, you'll probably enjoy his channel too. Extremely well done. His editing and his music choices are just like top notch, and I think it's one of the better vlogs out there. So adding a photography vlog on that just makes it that much more interesting. So really enjoy his stuff. He has 18 videos out, and I binge watched them all in like 2-3 days. So Thomas is someone you should definitely check out. Another YouTube channel you should check out is Bookflip. Bookflip is what it sounds like. It's people buying photography books and flipping through them. So it sounds kind of cheesy, but some of these photography books are really expensive, and some of them are they don't print them anymore. So two videos I think you should check out on that channel are Stephen Gill Field Studies. So Stephen Gill, based in London, goes around and takes really specific pictures of things, and we'll get more on this topic later, but he takes pictures of like ATM machines, the back of billboards, and like people looking longingly outside a train like this, like on a train ride. So it's really good. So it's really good. I'm thinking about picking it up maybe next month. And the other one I really like is Rinko Kawauchi Utatante. Probably messed that up, but hers is just like a visual diary. She uses a Rolleiflex, and she takes like really intimate pictures of things just around her life. It's almost like a visual diary, but really high level. So the reason I like it is it makes you kind of feel something in the images. Like each image gives you like an emotional feeling. So I've been kind of looking at my photography, and I want to do more of that. So not just having a pretty photo, but the photo that makes the person feel something. And all of her work in that book makes me feel something. And that's why I'm picking it up. I'm also picking it up because it's a really great lesson in editing too. So her editing of choosing two pictures side by side that go together, that enhance each other, is really important to the book, but also a really important skill for me to develop too. And so I'm picking it up, and I'll let you guys know how it is in the future. But let's get to books I've been reading and purchasing, and I've been just going nuts with books lately. There's like 3 or 4 half-price books in my city, and Austin's a pretty artistic town, so you can get some really great stuff. Half-price books is pretty amazing too. I've never used them before. There were some in Topeka or some in Kansas City, and I thought it was like a cheap book place, but they have some really great used stuff. So we'll start with W. Eugene Smith. W. Eugene Smith is the father of the photo essay, and he takes some really just great images. Some really famous ones from like Country Doctor, kind of a crazy guy. He like did a lot of, he was not that fun to be around, but he's a great photographer, and this book is pretty good. So not too bad, like $5. Next we'll talk about Family of Man. So this was an exhibit at MoMA, Museum of Modern Art in New York, by Edward Steichen. And the title kind of says it all, 503 pictures from 68 countries, kind of just showing how man is more similar than different. A really famous photo exhibit, and he was a really influential curator too. So from one MoMA curator to another one. This is Arbus Freelander Wintergrand, and New Documents 1967. So this curator, I think I'm pronounced John Swarowski. I hope I'm saying that right. But he discovered and influenced a lot of photographers. So not only Arbus Freelander Wintergrand, but also he found Eggleston, and then he was also just really influential in discovering photographers. Stephen Shore too. This book is important to me because I had this picture right here of the young couple. So I had pinned this picture to my corkboard in my house for like 3 years, just because I really liked it. It's a couple of young kids dressed up like older people, acting older, but you can still tell they're younger. It's just like a lot of juxtapositions, and embodies like Diane Arbus's work, where she just takes pictures of people in a very straight way, but in a very interesting way too. Then you have Freelander in here as well. This is his stuff that I really like. kind of street photography, but with a lot of angles and a lot of things going on. So he's just got an insane eye for photography, and I really like his style. So probably hard to mimic or try to do, but really cool to look at. And then lastly, you have Gary Winogrand. Not his best work, because I think he has a lot of good work after this period, after 1967. But this is probably my favorite picture of him. World's Fair, people on this bench, kind of talking, the range of like human emotion, people crying, people slide, people laughing, people just kind of like how much can happen on a city bench. And it's very well composed and extremely well shot. So Gary Winogrand is one of the greatest street photographers. He didn't like that term though, but one of the greatest street photographers of all time. Oh, there goes there. So the last book I picked up was On Being a Photographer, a conversation with David Hearn and Bill J. This is from the Lens Work magazine. A really great book. And I'll kind of give an idea of the best idea I've taken from this one and why it relates to my photography. And his idea is to get really, really specific in your work. So I've been looking at my photography the last 10 years and realizing I take a lot of different stuff. So I take landscapes, I take pictures of my family, I do some portraits here and there, and then I do some street photography. He says like just pick one thing you're really into and go really deep into that. Make a list of like stuff that you think you'd be interested in like 10 years. And start to develop a portfolio like that. So one of them I've done is a tattoo. So I pick a tattoo project. Every weekend I go to a tattoo shop, take photos. If you want to check it out, it's at InkyATX on Instagram. But this also goes into an Instagrammer I'm following, and her name's Cheek Cheek. She's from Japan, and so Cheek Cheek takes pictures of flowers with expired film, and she uses lenses that have the swirly bokeh. Sounds really simple, but she's done it so much that she's like an expert at it. And you can really tell her work from like a mile away. So when I see something come up on Instagram, don't even need her to see a name, don't even see anything, I know it's her work. So that's where I want to get as a photographer, and I think that's a good goal for all of us. I think when you can get to that point where someone can look at your picture and say like, that's this person's style, and that's who's shooting it, that like makes all the difference in the world. She's a great Instagram, and she's a good follow on Twitter too, so check her out in both places at Cheek Cheek. Last but not least, there's this really cool thing that I've picked up, developed by AreaWare, and it's the golden ratio finder. So it's a piece of plexiglass, and it has the golden ratio lines on it. So let's suppose like I'm looking at you and taking a picture of a scene, and I use it like this. I put it up, kind of find out where the lines are so I can get a golden ratio. And the golden ratio is like a really pleasing dimensions for a photograph. So kind of like rule of thirds. It's the same thing like that, putting important objects in the rule of thirds. So you can use this in the same way. And the golden ratio is like really big in design, really big in developing of things. So hold it up like this, kind of say like, okay, I want the camera to be there, and I want maybe a wall or something to end right here so I can have some really good ratios. And then taking up your real camera and shooting with it. The golden ratio is really close to the 35 millimeter dimension, so it's great for that. Probably not as good for like square and other things. It doesn't really equate really, but 35 millimeter, it's really great. So I've been using it a little bit. Kind of want to walk around and just do some looking with it, looking through it, but really fun. Kind of expensive. It's not close to $20 for shipping, but the idea is really good. So over here, you're paying more for the idea. I used to do this kind of stuff, and I think they could probably mass produce these for like $2 a piece, but they're charging you for the idea, and I think that's rightfully so. It's a great idea. I can't believe no one did it before, and it's a really cool tool. So hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, remember to like and subscribe. If you want to see me cover other stuff in these type of videos, let me know as well. If not, I will be back again next week doing some more reviews and other things like that, but stay tuned. Thank you guys. See ya. Two stops on that one.